Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to the Cobra Man Central toy review. And today's toy we're looking at the 2008 release by Hasbro of the G.I. Joe celebrating the 25th anniversary action figure review. And today is part 2 video and we'll be looking at Wild Weasel. Now the figure and the rest of the stuff has been removed out from packaging, so let's take a look at the file card. Now Wild Weasel here comes with a nice little file card, and the top section that's stated as Cobra Pilot, codename Wild Weasel. Now you see that artwork here, nice little artwork there, but it's not really well drawn. But what's really interesting is that they actually drawn the eyes behind the goggles. It's very faint, it's really hard to see because it's painted in grey and there's the reflection going on there, but there's a pair of eyes behind the goggles. It's not bad. Top section there stated as file name classified, primary military specialty ground support pilot, birthplace classified. Now in the write-up stated Wild Weasel learned his trade flying for Cobra operations in every hemisphere in which the evil organization has conducted its corrupt business. His knowledge of close support aircraft ranges from jerry-rigged civilian conversions to state-of-the-art flying weapons platforms. A mouth injury inflicted during a strafing run is rumored to be the cause of the characteristic sibilance in his speech pattern. As wild and unpredictable as his codename, he'll bust his own guys just to cause some trouble. And at the bottom, Wild Bear coat. He may be a back-shooting, low-down snake in the grass, but the boy can fly like nobody's business. You gotta respect the skunk for that. You know, apologize for the poor cowboy accent, but that's what he says there. Very nice. And at the back there stated, well, nothing, it's just all black. Now, let's take a look at Wild Weasel's accessories here. It comes with a nice little base stand, or Cobra base stand with a nice little Cobra logo on the top with one peg for the figure to stand on. Nameplate there stated as codename Wild Weasel. At the back there stated at 2007 Hasbro, made in China. Now, Wild Weasel doesn't come with a lot of accessories. He does come with a pistol, very nicely detailed pistol. It's all in black. No paint job, black in plastic. There's a smaller trigger hole there, but Wild Weasel's hands don't have a separate index finger, so you can actually plug it into the trigger hole there, which is kind of a waste. But you can actually store the pistol right onto his holster here, like so. Now the other accessory will be the goggle here. As you can see, this is actually removable. It's a very soft, clear, translucent plastic which is painted in the front for the black paint job for the goggle itself. Put this one side. Now for the figure's paint job, it's actually mostly red, but there's a lot of details going on. The red part is not painted at all. That's, well, pure red plastic, except for the head there. The head is actually painted. The rest of the body there is not painted at all. The black gloves and boots is also black plastic. So does the holster here as well. Now what's really nice is that the smaller details they painted onto the figure is quite nicely done. All the pouches, pockets are painted in dark red. You can see that. Very nicely done. Now some of the buttons are painted in silver, other buttons are not. This is painted in silver, there's nothing, there's no paint for the button here, so there's this section here, but this is painted as well. Now the belt here, now the entire belt is actually a black plastic material, you can see that. But the belt is painted in silver, the buckle there is painted in silver. Now, despite that it's a separate piece, you cannot remove the belt, but you can unbuckle the belt for some reason. Not too sure why they, well, chose to hook it onto the figure permanently. The knife sheath here is painted in black. The handle is painted in brown. And you can see both sides of the ties here is painted in white, and you can see a small little technical doodads there. One side of the tie here shows, I guess, the map. The other side will be some sort of a keypad. Very nicely done, just like the original Wild Weasel that was released back in the mid-80s. Straps are painted in black. very nice. All the buckles are painted in silver. His Cobra logo here is painted in silver, very nicely done. Now the entire head here is a different kind of red. It's a bit more shinier, and yes, it is painted. Once I remove the head, there you go, because the head is originally black. The bottom section of the red is more darker, but the top section of the red is a bit more brighter, which is a good thing. Now you can see on the side here is also painted in silver, and the flesh tone skin is also nicely painted with his pair of eyes there. It's also painted, his eye pupils are painted in black. He's also wearing some sort of I would assume some sort of mask. It's also painted in black at the edges there. Very nicely done. Really love the amount of details that they put onto this figure. It makes it really nice, especially when you have him covered with the goggle like so. Very nicely done. Now for the figure sculpt, the mold itself is actually the entire body is a reused body mold, except for the head of course, and the holster, and well, the knife sheath here. The knife is permanently affixed to the thigh here, so you cannot remove the knife, which is a really sad thing actually. And the body, from both the arms, legs, feet, the hands, torso, the waist, all came from, well, snow job. As you can see there, they're basically the same thing. Of course, snow job actually have an add-on of a skirt, and the holsters are different a little bit. So that's on the other side as well. Very nice. A lot of nice details, as you can see there. Very nice details of the sculpt. Pouches are really well done. Very nicely done. All the pouches. The belt is a very nice add-on. I especially like this two-piece here. Very nicely done with the details. And the knife sheath is just, it's very uniquely done actually. It's just a pity that you cannot remove the knife, but it's really well done with two pouches on the side to support the one in the middle. Very nicely done. And the head sculpt is very nice. I love the entire head sculpt there. Very unique. Very few characters actually share the same head sculpt. The other one will be the Pursuit of Cobra Deviant Pilot, the Cyber Viper. However, I'm a little bit disappointing on the figure itself. As you can see, the moment I remove the figure out from packaging, you notice this leg here is a little bit bent, so I have to fix this using a hot water trick there. But overall, the mold itself, I really love the amount of details for the entire body mold. Despite that it shared the same body mold as Snow Job there, the details and the paint job on the details on the mold itself makes it very nice. It makes it very unique, and I especially love the head sculpt. Very nicely done. So let's take a look at the figure's articulation. The head actually can pivot upwards, downwards, side to side a little bit, as you can see, and turn 360 degrees. Torso here can move forward a little bit, backwards a little bit, turn 360 degrees, and even go side to side a little bit. Shoulders here can turn 360 degrees and move all the way up like so. Elbow joint here bend this far, bend backwards a little bit, turn 360 degrees. Wrist joint here turn 360 degrees. Now for the hip joint, this side of the hip itself is a bit hindered by the belt, so it can only bend this far, which is rather restricting. However, the other leg can bend this far, so you might have a problem when you wanted to place the figure into a vehicle. You can spread the legs this far. It's a bit hindered because you have the gun, well, hindering it a little bit, but this is as far as it can go. Double jointed knee that bend this far, and ankle joint that pivots a little bit downwards. It's really hard to bend the ankle joint. Up a little bit, not much of a difference, and then 360 degrees. Overall, I really love the figure. I love the paint job on the figure itself, and this is my favorite character, of course. I love the paint job on the details, on the small little stuff, especially this. You cannot go wrong with this kind of paint job there. Very nicely done. Very nice. I really love the head sculpt there, very unique head sculpt. Very nicely done. So if I'm gonna give a rating out of this, it's a pity that the leg is a bit bent, but he's still alright. It's just a little bit bent there, and a little bit restricting on the hip joints because he can't bend his leg all the way to sit down properly on a vehicle. So if I'm gonna give a rating of this, I'm still gonna give this a nice 9 out of 10. Despite that he has very lacking of accessories. He's a pilot, but at least there's a pistol, that's a good thing. And you have a removable goggle to get to see Wild Weasel's eyes and flesh tone skin there. So we know he's a Caucasian. So very nice paint job. 9 out of 10 for Wild Weasel. And I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05 and I'm signing off.